an honor to debate in this outstanding location tonight. Dear Chairman, you are eloquent, and I'm so glad you're not on the opposition team. Esteemed timekeepers, you have proven to be very precise tonight. Fair and wise member of the jury, I hope you are entertained. Members of the accused party, I couldn't help your collective struggle to come up with POIs. But it might help you progress to the final. Might. Rightful members of the prosecution, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. As a last lawyer in this case, on the side of the prosecution, my closing argument aims at summing up the different contributions that our witness and experts have made in this case. Countless victims have lost everything because they were fooled by the misinformation spread by those life coaches and personality that were back from the dead. They made by the corporation of Bridges and Sidewalk. I entered this court knowing the opposition was guilty. And their bogy argument only strengthened disbelief. To quote an annoying orange man, "Man, you are fake news. You are definitely fake news." This is why I must address nothing. I must address their argument. So the first speaker found it easy to delude the real meaning of struggle. She talked about rigor, discipline, dedication, all of which take hard work. And let me tell you, if it walks like a duck, if it quacks like a duck, then it's probably a duck. Wonderful rigor, discipline, dedication is a struggle against yourself. It's a struggle against how lazy you are. And if you struggle, you can become better. Now the second speaker talked about efficiency. And I would like to point out that KISS, it is because he struggled to remember the entire phrase that he came up with this acronym. He made an innovation. So efficiency, by his definition, by planning every titsy bit of your time schedule so that you can make everything optimized in your life. Well, you're still struggling. It doesn't take any of the struggling away. It's just that you're doing it in a very precise manner. Then he talked about creativity, the iPhone. There was certainly no struggle behind the iPhone. I'm sure of that, Mr. Steve Jobs. But let me remind you that it started in the garage, and for the longest period of time, nothing happened. It was just you in a garage with some weird electronic that didn't look that good until there was a breakthrough, until there was progress. But progress, let me tell you, was at the cost of a lot of struggle. Yeah. Don't you agree?
Breakthrough. Not actually if you struggle, because it is a breakthrough.
Well, you struggle to get to the breakthrough, so I don't see your point.
That one is.
No thanks. They talked about compromises, and let me tell you, when is the last time that you saw every single person in the same room agree? Never. Compromise comes from debating.
Isn't that the reason we need compromise? Because everyone doesn't agree?
Nobody agrees, and it is struggle. You have to convince your opponent that what you're saying is right. You have to convince them, and you have to keep your temper. You are struggling with yourself to stay cordial and not to interrupt the speech of your opponent. Finally, they talked about serendipity, which is frankly insulting. Do you really think that anybody could have discovered penicillin? It was discovered by a scientist who worked his whole life, and he was doing research. He took one tiny bit of nothing. So, Now it is time to go back to what really matters, are good arguments for motion. The first lawyer of the prosecution provided this case with historical precedent and made the argument that there were no instances in historical progress without struggle. The struggle of the oppressed, discriminated against on the basis of birth, race, or sex, has often led to a societal struggle, either violent uprising, non-violent protest, or a struggle of idea. But every single time there was progress, there was a lot of struggle. Our expert scientist, Matthias, showed us that struggle was part of nature. And it is the driving force of evolution, of progress, so to say. It is the harsh environment we live in, coupled with our physical weakness, that fostered the great humanity. Let me remind you that we are the only known species that has reached the moon. Which brings me to his next point, science. A human struggle reaching back as far as antiquity, setting the greatest mind against the hardest problem of their time. And the progress accomplished here is undeniable. Finally, Adriano, our psychotherapist, revealed that struggle is what makes us grow as human beings. Without getting out of the comfort zone, we cannot learn. We need to get into the unknown to find new things. Furthermore, to become an adult, we have to realize that what we want often conflicts with the environment or other person, and that changing is hard. But this struggle is definitely a progress. We have now proven beyond reasonable doubt that, like wildlife in Australia, the accused party propaganda is poisonous. With that in mind, I ask you to struggle with us for what is right and approve this motion.